Bortle here at the 2024 Austin, Texas national event, NAWCQ. My goodness, whoa! But please, introduce yourself to the world.
My name is Bryan Pham. I got 60th for the nationals in Texas here. I played Fiendsmith Yubel. Originally, when we were playing Yubel, we started with like a lot of breakers, and like before Phantom came out, it was like really good with the breakers. And then when the Fiendsmith came out, we tried the breakers, but it wasn't working, wasn't flowing well. So then we took a really big look at a lot of the OCG lists, and then we found out that the reason that this deck was doing so well is because it had a lot of one-card combos, and then the hand traps, the like unknown interactions would really back it up heavily. So then we took that approach, and then this is what I came up with.
Hold on. You placed first after Swiss day one, right?
I did. I placed first after Swiss day one.
Oh, nice.
I went undefeated. I had the LCQ on Friday. And from Friday to Saturday, I didn't lose. And then today, I couldn't win.
Saturday was his birthday as well.
Yeah, I had
undefeated on his birthday.
Huge boost.
And you got your invite on Friday.
Yeah, and I got my invite on Friday. Yeah.
Before we jump in the deck profile, any shout-outs?
Shout out to Prodigy Games and Cryptic Collectibles. I go to those locals a lot. They're great for practicing. Yeah, just those two.
Sweet. Shout out. Without further ado, please show us the group.
All right, we had 3 Ash. This card wasn't in our deck at all. It was like really bad against Snake Eyes. But after practicing with this card, we wanted Ash to stop this. This card was just like so strong in every instance where you had it going second. This card was like amazing. It was the best card in my deck on Saturday, and then I never saw it again. But it was great. It would give you 1 to 3 for Snake Eyes, and I had 2 opponents just pass, and they just got OTK through a nib.
Oh my.
Yeah, card's great. Ash, it's okay. 1 red dog for the Unchained stuff. I played 5 Yubels, 2 Spirit, 2 regular, and 2 Incarnate. We tried cutting this down, but it just wasn't comboing as smoothly. Like a lot of times the second one does come up, whether it's the overlay or whether the first one's stuck under an overlay. So you need the second body for your Spirit to resolve fully, or your Phantom resolve fully.
Yubel attack.
Yeah, and then like a big part of the deck was the pain damage. Like I really liked that way of winning, so I really tried to make that my main point of winning when combo wasn't going through. And a lot of my matches were just Yubel hits, maybe like 3 or 5 Yubel hits, and that was just game. Let's see what else we have. For the rest of the Yubel engine, there was 2 Lotus, 2 Squirmer, 2 Beckoning Beasts, 1 Chaos Summoning, 2 Pain, 3 Gates, 3 Throne. And then for this ratio, originally we had cut this down for space to 1, but then with the new TCG exclusives that we got, the fusions, this became a 1-card combo, which meant that this was a 1-card combo. So then we tried to up this number to have a few more starters with the number of hand traps that we had. And then the reason for cutting this down was space again. This is 1-card combo, but more likely this will be interacted with than this would be, and this is a harder resolve most of the time.
It's more diversity too.
These are, I feel like these are self-explanatory. This card's amazing. This is like the best card. This allows you to recur everything. It's just so powerful. It's probably the better card. These 2 let you maintain all of your resources. We had 1 Pain for a while, again for space. But then, like, long games became hard, games where they had Cosmic, games where I couldn't get to Gates, but I had a Pain, and I went to Grave, and this was just, it was impossible to come back. So then the method of winning, where we crashed the Yubels, just wasn't effective anymore. So the second one really became important. For the Fiendsmith engine, 3 Engraver, 1 Lurie, 1 Track. I feel like this is probably the right ratio. I didn't want any less of this. Occasionally I did side it out 1 going second. I think it's fine at 1. There were instances where I wish I did have another one for like the convenience of getting this out of my hand where I opened both of them. But I think this is very manageable. It's very good. 3 Imperm. The Unchained Trap. And then for spells, 1 for 1 is an extender. Talents, Droplet, Called By. Talents felt like we needed it. A lot of people were telling me that hand traps weren't going to be super popular, but whether or not hand traps are popular, when you're going second, your opponent's going to interact with you at some point. So this became a very strong break card. It won a decent amount of games. And then Droplet was just great. Droplet and Chummy was like a very strong pair. If they dive into the Chummy and give you enough cards, sometimes the Droplet was just enough to handle their whole board, and you'll have like 2 to 3, 4 cards remaining to combo with. It's just strong enough to cover everything. That's it for the main deck. Main deck was 44 cards. I don't think I hated anything too much. I think Ash might have been the worst card in my deck because of the Snake Eyes matchup, and then I might move this to the side for like the weird decks like Tempai and stuff like that, where Ash is high impact opposed to like the Snake Eyes where they can steal it and do so much more. Yeah, Ash is the only thing I had an issue with, I guess. Do you want side or extra first?
Extra.
Extra deck. All right, let's see. Fiendsmith package. And then we didn't play Beatrice or Desiree. I played both of these guys as the TCG exclusives. The reason for this is because Fiendsmith becomes a 1-card combo, giving you both Yubel Engine and Fiendsmith Engine. This card is a 1-card combo with Dark Beckoning Beast, where you get to the Yubel Engine through gates. So both of these were just really strong, and then the deck had a lot of just strong 1-card combos in general, so we really wanted to highlight those things with these cards. And then choosing not to play the Beatrice was fine, I believe, because this essentially does the same thing, dumping a Fiend. That's like the more important effect. And then what was the other card I don't play? And then we didn't play Desiree. I couldn't fit it. I really wanted the Desiree, and then after playing today and yesterday, I understand the need for it. I run through the extra deck very quickly. There's a lot of things that you make, but this engine kind of lasts forever. So that's when the Desiree became important. That's when I realized that I needed it more, but it wasn't detrimental to any of my games. I never needed it to win. It just would be easier if I had it. And then for the rest of the extra, we played 2 Phantom. There's no room. The extra deck's ridiculously tight. Apo, Muck, Yama, Rage, SP, Caesar Varudris. And then the decision became, do we play this or do we play this? And then is there space for these things? And then once we figured it all out, I think that the extra deck is just really hard. I think it's all preference. I think I would keep it exactly how I have it, even after explaining the Desiree thing. This card is amazing. This, when you have anything, any card with Phantom and Pain is just a hard lock that they can't beat, right? Like Battle Phase is impossible. They have to play through every single interaction before they can even attempt to go to Battle Phase. So setting up 1 or 2 interactions with the Phantom is just a hard lock for a lot of decks. Yeah.
No love for Defender?
No, I wanted to play Super Poly. It's impossible. There's so many cards that I wanted in my side and extra that just weren't possible to fit with all the Fiendsmith cards. For side, I had Duster for second, and then Bestials and Pank. These were great. I put 5 in going second, no matter what deck. It was always these guys. I mean, obviously these are a little more targeted, but these were great. Pank beats a lot of things. One of the harder matchups I had were Tempai, and they would get the Kokimera Drago out with the Heretic Seal, and Tempai and Pankatops would just blow right through that board. He was amazing. He handles back row and front row. Back row is like a very hard thing for my Yubel deck. There's not a lot of destruction for it. These were the great going second cards. For going first, we had D-Barrier, Solemn, and Anti-Spell. I don't think I would change any of these. These were great. They're just hard floods. One game I opened double Solemn and Talents. I played 1 card. I got stopped. I looked at his hand and I knew exactly what I needed to stop for the following turn to live. And then I won that game after we were both top decking. Tempai has his moments where it's tricky. It should not be the hardest matchup, but their variance is just, they just get lucky sometimes and it happens with Tempai. And then the last cards in the side deck were Spooky Dogwood. This was really just for the puppet FTK, and then like maybe Tempai gradually, like sometimes, but it has a really cool effect where when you play it, your opponent becomes a jerk almost immediately, and you can watch the round 11 feature if you want to see it happen. But yeah, I mean, I never won with this card. At one point, Tenpai gave me 30,000 life points, and then he did 29,500.
My goodness.
So like, I mean, that kind of, this kind of won me that game, I guess you can say. But like, aside from that, it never really came up where I was in time and I was using this.
Okay.
But yeah.
Oh yeah, well, congrats on getting top 64 and happy birthday, man.
Thank you.
Bortle out.